Greetings to all. Now we are going to understand about accounting equation in the chapter name recording of transaction. We will refer sum number 5 to 7 of NCERT. Use accounting equation to show the effect of following transactions of Messrs. Royal Traders. Now, as we had understood in the previous video that how to find out the accounting equation, that is, always remember that A should always be equal to C plus L, that is, asset will be always equal to capital plus liability. So understanding this, we will further do this all the sums. Started business with cash rupees 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 will be increase in the cash, and at the same time 1,20,000 will be increase in the capital. So this will be shown in this by opening one column, that is asset. Under asset we will prepare one column cash, and here as a capital, because the format we had already learned in the previous video. So by preparing this cash and capital column, we will introduce over here increase in cash and increase in capital. Then comes your next, that is purchase goods of cash. So when we are purchasing the goods for cash, that is your goods will increase, and at the same time your cash will decrease, because we are expending the money for purchasing the goods. So here goods increases, so here one new column will be introduced for goods, and at the same time your cash will decrease. So your equation again will be set up as 1,20,000 and 1,20,000 both the side. You have to always remember that your equation should be equal. And one more thing, we can very easily identify how our equation is set up. Whenever you will see the effects, your asset side should be nullify if it is on one side only effect. If only asset side effect is there, then one will be positive, one will be negative, and that will be nullify, right? At the same time, if the entries are coming on both the sides, that is asset side and the liability side, then they will be either both positive on opposite side and both negative on opposite side. That will give you justification of A is equal to C plus L. So whenever you are doing this accounting equation, we have to be keen that what effects you are giving. Final total will be equal only when your equation effects is correct. Then comes your C, rent received rupees 5,000. So here rent increases, rent will give increase in your cash, and at the same time it is an income, so it will increase the capital as well. Switching towards the next transaction, that is salary outstanding rupees 2,000. Now in this particular case, salary is yet to be received, salary is yet to be paid. We have not yet paid the salary. If we have paid the salary, the cash will decrease, but here cash will not decrease. So have a look on this. Our liability will increase because yet it is not paid. So in the liability column, you can see one new column is prepared, salary outstanding. You can see over here salary outstanding. So I will be showing over here salary outstanding. Seen? Right? Here. And the capital column itself. So capital decreases and salary outstanding here increases. So ultimately your equation will be set up same way, 1,25,000 on both the sides. Then comes next transaction, prepaid insurance. Decrease in cash, prepaid insurance will give you decrease in cash and increase in assets. So here in this particular case, there will be again a new column. Why there will be new column? Because we have paid some expenses in advance, so it is a good for business. We had already paid expenses, so it's an asset for us. So here cash decreases, but at the same time your new column will be prepared, and that is here prepaid insurance, and that will be reflecting over here 1,000. So ultimately your equation will be set up by totaling this 1,25,000. Simultaneously over here also 1,25,000. Then comes your received interest of rupees 700. So when you are receiving again interest, it's an income. Income increases your capital, at the same time it increases your cash also. So here 700 you can see over here and 700 over here also. So finally your setup will be same equation but with increase of 700, that is 1,25,700 on both the sides. Now when you are carry forwarding the equation, we have to set up this with in this particular manner. You can see I have again repeating the same thing again over here so that I can get very easy idea about what is carry forward. And then sold goods costing 5,000 for rupees 7,000. So here there is a three effects. In all there are three effects, but you will see net effect will be always equivalent to both the sides. So here when I am selling the goods, my cash decreases. When I am selling the goods, my goods decreases. At the same time, my cash increases, and overall I am earning a profit. So that is capital here increases. So in this particular case, you can see net effect will be 7,000 minus 5,000 gives you 2,000 as a net effect, and here also opposite side also 2,000. So this way we have to tally ourselves only, so that our total of A is equal to C plus L will be never wrong. So in this case also we had completed this. So we had understood this, that both the sides, that is 27,000, 1,27,200 and 1,27,200 on both the side. Then comes your last transaction, that is goods destroyed by fire. So when goods are destroyed by fire, you are losing the goods. Your goods decreases, but at the same time you are incurring a loss. So here 500 rupees I am decreasing the goods. So my goods now comes to 4,500, and at the same time there is a loss. So it will decrease my capital as well. So this way our full transactions are over, and our final equation is set up as 1,27,200 both the sides. So that is the only reason it is said that asset will be always equal to C plus L. Asset is always equal to C plus L. Now comes the next sum. Sum number 6. Have a look on the sum, please. That is, Udit then started business with cash rupees 5 lakhs and at the same time goods of rupees 1 lakh. Purchase a building for cash rupees 2 lakhs and purchase a goods for Himani rupees 50,000. Sold goods to Ashu for 25,000 and 36,000 respectively. So there are various transactions over here. We are going to solve that one by one. So have a look on the equation, please. So we are setting up with the equation sum number 7. Udit started business with cash and goods. So here that is seen here. Cash is increase over here and increase in goods. So looking at this, we will prepare the column as per the required things. That is, cash is increase over here and goods is also one new column will be set up, and over here capital column will be there. So 5 lakhs, 1 lakh, and finally in the capital we have 6 lakhs. So ultimately equation is set up as 6 lakhs on both the sides. Then we have purchased a building. So when I am purchasing the building, obviously my building will increase. That is, a new column will be introduced, building itself, and I am purchasing with what? Cash. So my cash will decrease. So minus from asset, cash and increase in assets. So see, net effect will be on both the sides, so it will be nullified. So final equation will be 6 lakhs on both the sides. Then comes your next point, that is purchase goods from Himani rupees 50,000. So I am purchasing the goods from Himani. Obviously it is understood that goods is increased, but at the same time you can see the name of a party is given. When the name of party is given, it is on the credit basis and nothing is specified for cash or something. So we have to be accurate enough and understand that here name of party is given, so increase in creditors. So one new column will be introduced on the liability side, that is creditors over here, and then we can switch on with the equation setup, that is 3 lakhs plus 1,50,000 plus 2 lakhs, and finally over here also 6 lakhs 50,000. Then comes your next point, that is sold goods to Ashu for 25,000 for rupees 36,000. So here we are selling the goods to Ashu. So Ashu is our debtor. Whenever we are selling the goods on credit, they are our debtors, and when we are getting supply of goods, then they are our creditors. Always remember, don't mess up with this. So try to understand. Customer equivalent to debtors, suppliers equivalent to creditors. So that will be more easy to understand. So when I am selling the goods to Ashu on credit, here decrease in goods, increase in debtors, and at the same time increase in capital. So you can see over here, goods is decreased by 25,000, 36,000 my debtors increase, and at the same time here new column, here in the capital column I will be introducing 11,000. So ultimately my both the sides will tally with 6,61,000. Next comes paid insurance premium of 3,000. So I am paying the insurance premium, so that will decrease my capital. Why? Because it's an expenses, and obviously I am paying, so my cash will also decrease. So decrease in cash and decrease in capital. So ultimately effect will be 2,97,000, 1,25,000, 2 lakhs and 36,000, while at the same time on the asset side also it will be reflecting in the same manner. Looking at this, next comes rent outstanding. So when rent outstanding, so yet my expenses is already incurred, means expenses is already due, but yet I have not paid. So payment is yet not made in cash. So in this particular case, we have to prepare one new column on the liability side. You can see I am zooming that so that you can get the idea. So creditors plus salary outstanding plus capital, right? So we have to prepare one new column, that is salary outstanding. And then by preparing this salary outstanding, we can see over here I am having one new column, and amount due means what? Already I have to pay it, so that is my expenses are due, so that will decrease my capital. So I have decreased the capital also at the same time, and final equation was set up. Then again I have carried forward all the balances of previous page. So this is carried forward again over here, and now comes depreciation of building. Now what do you understand by depreciation? Depreciation means decrease in value of asset because of the usage or the life of machinery, whatever may be, life of machinery, asset, whatever may be, means it is giving a decrease in the value of assets. So here we have to just minus from our building, that is decrease in value of assets, and at the same time here your capital also decreases. Why capital decreases? Because it will reduce our capital, because it's a loss. It's a loss. So your equation setup will be the same on both the sides, right? So always remember, depreciation will not be in the cash form. It is never in the form of cash. It will reduce the asset. Next comes cash withdrawn for personal use. So this is most simplest one. Cash withdrawn for personal use is termed as drawings, because for personal use whenever something is withdrawn, it is termed as drawings, and drawings is always affected directly to the capital. It is decreasing your capital, and at the same time it is decreasing your cash. So cash and capital both decrease on both the sides, right? So again equation will be set up. Then comes your rent received in advance, rupees 5,000. So I am receiving a rent in advance. This is again something like income which is yet not due. इनकम जो अभी देना बाकी है, हमें देना ही नहीं है, वो नेक्स्ट ईयर का है, वो अभी से हमको मिल गया है, right? So interest is received in advance, so which is not due and you are receiving in advance. It may be the chances that next year it may be asked by that person because he may not want to avail the services. So in this case we have to again form a new column. You can see that column which was carried forward, I had introduced in between rent in advance, creditors plus salary outstanding plus rent in advance. You have to, when you are doing in a notebook, you have to always keep the space between creditors and capital so that you can put down in between the things what is required. So here I have put down over here creditors, salary outstanding which was carried forward from the previous one, and the capital was also from previous one, but introduce here rent in advance. So here new column will be set up and that will be reflecting as 5,000, and in the total also they will be shown as this 50,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,75,000 as it is carry forward, and then the final both the side will be tally. So this is the scenario of this particular sum. Now we are moving towards the next transaction. So next transaction gives you cash paid to Himani. The balance should be first carry forward and cash paid to Himani on account 20,000. Now who was Himani? Himani was a person from whom we have purchased the goods on credit. Because they are in a synchronization form, it is in a chronological order, so they will come one by one and it may be affecting to the previous one also. So here Himani was a transaction which has appeared previously where the goods are purchased on credit. Now we are paying the goods money, right? So creditors will decrease over here. You can see the column creditors, I have made it negative, and it will decrease our cash also at the same time. So decrease in cash and decrease in creditors. So this will be reflecting, and final equation will be set up 50,000 plus 2,62,000 plus 1,25,000 plus 1,92,000 plus 36,000 plus 0, and at the same time on this side 30,000. Previously it was 50,000. We have made a payment of 2,000, 20,000. So ultimately it gives you 30,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,000 plus 5,75,000. And the last transaction comes with this, that is cash received from Ashu. Ashu is a person to whom we have sold the goods, right? So now she is our debtor and the debtors is giving us back money. So here the effect will be we are receiving a cash, so cash increases, and at the same time our debtors decreases. So ultimate equation will be set up, and finally we get the answer like this: 2,92,000 plus 1,25,000 plus 1,92,000. From 36,000 we will minus 30,000, so 6,000 plus 0. Here the term is given cash received from Ashu, just general term is given, cash received from Ashu. If it could be written that cash received from Ashu in full settlement, so word full settlement will indicate that full amount is paid, and then 6,000 will be considered as our income. But here nothing is mentioned, they are purely mentioned cash received from Ashu. So we have to just write down, and 6,000 will be shown as a amount to be received in the future. Then comes your next sum number 7. Now show the effect of the following transaction of assets and liability. Started business with cash, so there are some multiple transaction you can see over here, and some new things are there, that is investment and dividend. Now investment means the amount of company or enterprise is having a savings of that. Now that savings they are utilizing by investing in the shares. So investment is an asset for our firm or our organization. And at the same time, dividend is a form of interest, but dividend is only declared when the company is earning good profit. When the company is earning good profit, then they will declare a dividend and the shareholders will get the money for that. So for shareholders it is a point of income. For shareholders it is a point of income. Just for a sake I had explained. Now we are going to understand that in this particular sum. So started business with cash rupees 1,20,000. Increase in cash column will be prepared, and increase in capital which we are going to continue. Then rent received. Obviously rent received is an income, so that will increase our cash, and at the same time it will increase our capital because it's an income. Then investment in shares. So when you are investing something in the shares, it increases your column of investment in the asset side. You can see I have drawn over here investment as a new column, and at the same time your cash will decrease. Because we are making a payment for the investment. So ultimate totals are 80,000 plus 50,000 finally, and this will give you 1,30,000 on both the sides. Then comes your next transaction, received dividend. Now as I had explained, dividend is a form of income. It increases your income. So capital will increase in the reflection of that, and at the same time cash will also increase. So finally 80,000 plus 5,000 gives you 85,000, and 30,000 as it is to be transferred, and finally 1,35,000 on both the sides. Next comes purchase goods on credit from Ragini. So here we are purchasing goods. Name of a party is given. So obviously it is a creditors new column will be introduced, and you can see over here I have drawn the creditors as a new column, and here goods are coming in the business. So goods a new column will be also introduced. So for ultimately goods and creditors, they are giving us final conclusions, and that is equation will be set up towards this. Then comes your next paid cash for household expenses, rupees 7,000. So when I am paying the cash for household expenses, obviously I will decreasing my capital, and at the same time I will be decreasing my cash. So you can see over here cash and capital both decreases by 7,000, and ultimately equation will be set up on both the side in a equal format. Next comes sold goods for cash amounting to rupees 10,000, and it is sold for 14,000. So that will increase your cash and decrease the goods, and at the same time it will increase the capital. So in this increase in this, you can see over here 4,000 I had increase, and this way goods are decreased by the same manner, and at the same time last profit will increase. So that will give you effect of increase in the capital, right? So finally I am getting 4,000 increase, 10,000 decrease in goods, and cash will increase by 14,000. Then comes your cash paid to Ragini. Cash paid to Ragini will give decrease in cash and creditors. Creditors decrease and cash decreases. And the last transaction, deposited into bank. I am depositing money into the bank, so my bank balance will increase. So new column bank will be introduced, where in this I will be introducing 20,000. At the same time my cash balance will decrease by 20,000, which is shown over here. And final conclusion, will be both the sides, my equation will be set up and it will give you total of 1,32,000. That ends this sum. So now sum number 5, 6 and 7 are completed over here. If you have any queries, you can feel free to ask me, right? So this is the scenario of accounting equation. In the next video we will be learning further about accounting equation. Thank you.